and welcome to Matchday 11 deadline stream. Like I posted, Mo will be joining us soon after he breaks his fast, so hopefully he'll be here soon. But in the meanwhile, I'll try to go through my team and my thoughts for MD11 deadline. As you all know, we have unlimited transfers for MD11, and this is the last time we will have unlimited transfers from the game. If you still have your wildcard left, then yes, you will have one more opportunity to make as many transfers as you want. But otherwise, moving forward, we will have 5 free transfers for the quarterfinals, and then um, we can go through the rules if need be to see how the free transfers increase. That and also the number of players per team will also increase. So right now we have 4 players per team. It will go up to 5, 6, and then 8 for the final. So yeah, hopefully everyone is doing well. Let me just go ahead and share my team, which I have right now. So AJH, hope you're well. The team is Raya and Martinez in goal, Gabriel, Saliba, Schlotterbeck, Dumfries, Bastoni in defense, Adeyemi, Rafina, Trossard, Salah, Wirtz in midfield, and Mbappe, Martinez, and Lewandowski in attack. So yeah, so while Mo joins us, if there's any questions, any pressing things that we can discuss, let's go through them. Okay, let's do this actually. Let me switch to this. Okay, so I think I'm fairly settled on a number of positions based on expected value and market odds, and also injury news for some of the teams. Like for example, Feyenoord is completely decimated with the number of injuries that they have. It's not fantasy relevant because none of us, are going to pick Feyenoord players, but it is relevant because even though Inter is also suffering from injuries at the back, for example, they only have one fit wing back right now. It makes less of a difference given that Feyenoord has hardly any players at their disposal. So the positions I'm less sure about are Martinez, because I've seen that Sommer has travelled with the squad. Um, Martinez is in the goalkeeper, Josep Martinez for Inter Milan. Wirtz, Trossard, Adeyemi, and Mbappe. Mbappe just because you can go Gerasi, and that's just sort of pulling me in. But if I go Gerasi, then probably switch Adeyemi to I don't know, Solis. But the problem with Solis is he's on 2 yellow cards, so if he gets a yellow card, he'll be suspended for the return leg. Let's see who's in the chat. Wobble says hi. Hi Wobble. McFred says we're back in business. Yeah, absolutely. This is the only legitimate game that still does not have Joel Ordonez in the game, who split centre back and at times full back for Club Brugge since MD1, and he's not been in the game, or he disappeared at some point and he hasn't returned, because I see he has a player ID, but it's not active, so you don't see him in the game. FPL McFred says hi, good evening JD, good evening McFred. JH says Words versus Olmo feels kind of close. So I actually had Yamal initially, and I do get the appeal of Olmo. I just feel like Yamal probably has more minutes locked, and also he has more expected value. So I think I would just go Yamal if that's the case. Also, if you're one of those who is worried about effective ownership, to be honest, let's not call it effective ownership, let's just call it ownership. If you're worried about those things, then I think most definitely Yamal would be the play, because he is the most owned player in the game, even though I'm assuming most of them are dead teams. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this on Captaincy as well if anyone's interested. This will go up soon on my account as well, but might as well share it here while I have it. I just need some background music because the silence is very eerie. Let's go through expected value if that helps anyone make their decisions. I don't know. Let's go to this one. So And I think the biggest problem is going to be, so when Mo joins us, I think we will discuss a differing strategy, because he doesn't have a wild card. I still have a wild card. So I'm primarily going to focus on these two games. Whereas I think Mo will have to focus long term on other games as well. So, for example, if I go through suspension watch list, the more common or the popular players, like for example, I don't think Rashford is going to be popular. I just included him because I'm a United fan. But Sabitzer is on 2 yellow cards. Sane is on two. Otamendi, Alvaro Carreras, Kokcho are on two. Solis, as I mentioned, is on two. Dumfries, Pavard, Barella are on two. Frimpong and Woods, I think those are probably going to be very popular assets. They are on 2 yellow cards each. Jonathan David from Lille is also on 2 yellow cards. Konate, Robertson, McAllister. McAllister is actually on 4 yellow cards. So um, not many players probably reach this stage, but they also so you get yellow cards for every odd number of yellow cards you accumulate, starting with three. So 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. So McAllister is actually on four. Luke De Jong, the PSV striker, is also on two. Rudiger is also on two, and Kamavinga, Chouameni, although they are not probably fantasy relevant, probably makes the team slightly weaker because they now play in midfield, especially Chouameni, whose terrorism at centre back has finally ended. Um, McFred says, does Martinez eclipse Kane now with the Feyenoord injury / suspension news? So you're right. So, so EV does point towards more towards Kane, I would say, but I'm also wary of, there's going to be some volatility with the Feyenoord Inter Milan markets. One thing that could probably switch me back towards Kane is Chalanolu, right? And how much do people think his penalty share is? Because I think it's more than most people think. And if Chalanolu is going to be on penalties, then that just dims the appeal of Lautaro Martinez. So if Chalanolu, because he has travelled and apparently he did train yesterday or on Sunday, so he has gone through a full training session. If that's the case, and if he's going to start, then yeah, I might need to reconsider some things. Also, another thing to consider is, of course, the days. So let me go back to my team. Not this one, this one. So if I go to date, so right now I have a good balance. If I reset my team, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that play today and 8 players that play tomorrow, and then for MD12 it will switch around. I'll have 8 players that play on Tuesday and 7 players that play on Wednesday, which is a good balance. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the imbalance within the balance, as in most of my attackers are still playing on Wednesday and then consequently they'll play on Tuesday. So not a huge fan of that, but that's why I'm less sure of some of these picks. And yeah, I think one of my main tasks for the summer has to be to come up with a solver for this, because the days are such a critical part of how you go about selecting your team. That, and I think also a captaincy for both days, because right now I have Mbappe just because I need to cover captaincy for today, so I'll have either Mbappe or Girassi. But other than that, I'm trying to think of if there's any other way of going about this team. Yeah, McFred, exactly. So if Hakan is back, then that slightly dims Lautaro's appeal. He's still pretty high, but I suspect some of that goal share is from penalties as well. Let's see if we can check what his current goal share is. I'll have to do some work in the background, but hopefully it doesn't get too silent in the stream. So okay, let's do this. I just want to check if his goal share has increased or decreased, or it's not goal share but expected goals from market odds. Okay, let's do Martinez. Okay, I have the values. Let's see where Lautaro is. And also Chalanolu was not priced until yesterday, and yeah, he has been priced actually. So this is going to be a good exercise actually, just to check where we are. Let's see. So it's okay. So actually, I think his goal share has gone up. His expected goals have gone up. So if I go to T-Mod, not T-Mods actually. What? Oh, yeah. So all of this has been published on my timeline as well as on Patreon, by the way. So if anyone wants the full graphic, then you can refer to that. Okay, this is taking too long. Okay, so it's about the same, but because Chalanolu has now been priced, so Chalanolu is at 0.25 expected goals. So okay, I mean, so markets clearly think that Chalanolu being available is not impacting Lautaro's expected goals, which is slightly surprising to me. I think it should probably get affected, but yeah. So yeah, there's a ticker down below which will probably give you all the fantasy football relevant news anyway. But Bellingham is suspended, so that's probably one thing that people need to consider for this match day. He will of course be back for MD12, but there's that. So Jade says interested in the FPL host plan without wildcard. I've used mine as well. So I'm going to let him talk through the team, but this is his team at the moment, just so that you have an idea of what his thought process is. So I think Szczesny is the one thing that I would definitely recommend, given that he's 4 million. And the most surprising thing to me was till MD10. For MD9 and MD10, I just thought, why are they giving us 5 million extra? This is just a waste. And then as soon as you get to MD11, I am struggling to actually get a team out within the allotted budget, even though my team value is like 107.1. Yeah, quadruple Arsenal defense, McFred. Yeah, that's probably. I'm going to ask him why he has that, because they are going to run into either Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals. So I'm a little skeptical about that. Not going to lie. That just seems like something that could be avoided. But also remember that you get five free transfers. So don't need to be ultra defensive with your moves or with the selections for this game week. But yeah, it is slightly concerning. I think it's only because he definitely does not rate Arsenal attack. The funny thing is, I think I'm least sure about Trossard in my team as well, so probably switch to a Bayern midfielder by the end of the day or end of the stream. Musiala is clear of Olise on expected value, on market odds, both goals, assists, everywhere. So it's going to be very difficult for me to go for Olise. The only thing that could potentially swing me to go for Olise is the price, because he is 6.8 and Musiala is 9. So there's that. The value proposition for Olise is pretty good. So if I go back to the model and let's just check value for if people are interested in some. Yeah, but that's going to throw up some rogue picks. So I would definitely not consider Zinchenko, but yeah, Timber. See, so Timber is legitimately the most value for money if you want to go for expected value. And Acerbi, if you're sure of 2 starts, is definitely good value. Schlotterbeck, I am definitely going to have in my team. There's no doubt about that. Bensebaini is a weird one. If it's so, for example, I have 0.1 in the bank with my current team. If there's any, if there are any changes that I want to make, Slaughterbeck to Bensebaini does not seem too bad of a downgrade. So I might do that. Jay says, yeah, very nice team that from Mo, absolutely. Like McFred says, I think probably the first thing I noticed was quadruple Arsenal defense, but there is definitely a case to be made for that, given we have 5 free transfers and you don't want to be too skeptical. So you bring up a good point. K7 says no ADMA for you. So he is in my team right now. If I go back to my team, yeah. So he is in my current team right now. McFred says interesting that the model doesn't rate Asensio too highly, considering he was always quite high when he was at PSG. Team strength absolutely does play a part. PSG are a much better attack compared to Aston Villa. Goal share, a lot of factors come into play. Unfortunately, he was never getting minutes, so that was purely academic. But yeah, with Villa, honestly, I don't think he's lost too much expected value. So let me try to find him. Where is Asensio? Let's do total. Yeah, he is second within Aston Villa players. I think that's not pretty bad. I mean, that's not bad at all, I think. So for all players, he's like around 10. So he should be below Watkins. Yeah, he's like 28th, which is like, I think that's pretty fair. Also, I think the minutes I have inputted are pretty high. I don't think he'll get 75 minutes in both games. So yeah, take care when you go through X-Wins as well. Fulgurance, he says, why Schlotty over Ryerson? Only because of ball recoveries, even though Ryerson takes corners. Absolutely. So ball recoveries are unpredictable because we still don't know how UEFA defines them. But whatever is their definition right now, Schlotterbeck is one of the top ball recoverers. K7 is saying, I'm going without any Bayern players, is that bad? So I don't have them as well. Markets and my model as well are pretty high on them, so I don't know. I mean, I'm very skeptical of company. But as my good friend Kaza on X likes to remind me, is it about company or is it about just variance? Because some of the games in which they have failed to score, they've managed to rack up good XG. One of the rare exceptions would actually be the Leverkusen game in Bundesliga, where they did not have a single shot, and it's not a shot on target, a single shot till the 71st minute, I think, and that would have been one of the that would have been one of the worst statistics of the season. So McFred is saying, seems like a Ryerson was taken off corners by Kovacs to use him to prevent transitions. Okay, fair. But I mean, Uh, Corner taking is definitely a factor and it does come into play, but I think ball recoveries are far clear of anything. So yeah, I think the Bayern players are going to be the biggest pain point for me because the model is calling for at least one of Kane or Musiala or Alfonso Davies, but I just don't know, man. I can't bring myself to it. And Words is actually not that highly. I mean, he is pretty high, but he's not higher than any of the Bayern midfielders that people are considering. So it's just gonna be a real pain in the backside. K7 says I'm also going without Madrid players. I like Girassi, Lautaro, and Lewandowski. Honestly, I until yesterday I was on that combination, but then that just left a ton of money in the bank for me, and I don't know. Maybe I should not consider that because that doesn't make any sense if you want to go for expected value. But I am at a rank where I'm trying to maximize two objective functions. It's trying to make sure that I'm not subjecting my team to extreme variance by looking at effective ownership in some part. But so it's I think Trout on Blue Sky I think now because he rarely posts on X. He's come up with a model where you can or come up with an objective function where you can maximize both. Uh, so maybe I need to come up with something like that will help maximize both objectives. Cal says thoughts on Mbappe versus Vini. Mbappe, yeah, odds, my model, everything, uh, all aspects of expected value rate Mbappe more than Vini. And I completely understand, people that went for Vini in MD10 got burnt very unnecessarily. But I also feel like Vini has overperformed massively until MD9. So I just felt like that was par for the course, that it would course correct sometime. But I think it was brutal because what was it like 3 versus 18 or something like that. So I definitely feel for people that went Vini over Mbappe. Wobble says I'm also on Girassi, Leva, and Martinez. Yeah, I think that is probably the best course of action, and I might still go for that because that would allow me to captain Girassi today, and then tomorrow I have a ton of captaincy options anyway. Tomorrow is going to be brutal, by the way, because the top 3 captaincy options are from 3 different teams, and I'm sure we are going to end up with something like one player walks away with 12 plus, one player walks away with like 6, 7, and then one player blanks. So tomorrow is not going to be fun at all. I think I'm probably going to captain Lewandowski, even though I went against that when I captained Words, just because I see a clear lack of uh, Lewandowski player of the match potential. These technical panel guys, man, if I start talking about them, I don't think I'll stop. Honestly, they're so bad. They're so bad. There's just no clearly defined parameters, and I'm not talking about statistics. If you want to go off vibes or whatever it is, I just need a consistent framework, and there is none. So, for example, Raya saved a penalty versus Atalanta in the 0-0, and Ederson got man of the match. This makes no sense. So K7 says doesn't the model rate Dembele because I have him not thinking of Arsenal. Yep, Dembele is pretty highly rated. Dembele was also in my team, but as soon as I went Mbappe, I had to trim the budget for midfield because I don't have the money. I don't know if a lot of players are going to have more money than me, So because I have 107.1 million right now. The price changes also need to be better because there were no price changes in MD or after MD8, after MD9, and then all of a sudden after MD10 you got like 60 price changes. So and because they lag behind always. So for example, Gyökeres got a hat trick versus Man City, and I sold him the week after. I didn't get any price rises out of him because he rose by 0.2 the week after or the MD after that. So they probably need to make a few changes, but I think the biggest change they need to make is obviously have all the players in the game. Like Joel Ordonez has been playing well. He's played 90 minutes every single game, and he's not even in the game. That's a joke. So Jade says PO team was better a few seasons back. IMO, it's all over the place now. Absolutely, and I would say even last season was not as bad as this season. I think this season has been a joke, but also it's recency bias. I'm sure last season was also a joke. I didn't play UCL Fantasy 2 seasons ago in 22-23. I did play it in 21-22, and I vaguely remember it being much better. Now I obviously won't probably be able to give you a single example of that, but I think it was slightly better. McFred is saying I have Trossard 2 in my team, but been burned by him and Oda so many times in both FPL and UCL. So, and hear me out, McFred. So this is more of a, I don't know how to phrase it without being a little cruel, but dunking on FPL others of a player. Like for example, I had Foden because he had high EV, but also because I just felt like this that I had sort of cracked the code with Foden because he was scoring points in every single MD in UCL, and then in FPL he was not scoring. He didn't score I think till MD6 in UCL Fantasy. So whatever was that point in FPL. So it just made me feel that much better. That I was getting all the points from Foden in UCL Fantasy, but FPL players were not getting a single point from him other than the appearance points. That's such a wildly emotional point, but yeah, I hope you get what I mean. K7 says Bayern might go off, but not impressive so far. That's why I'm not considering. So here's the thing, right? And the last 5 games versus Leverkusen have always been a cagey affair, but odds are backing against that. My model is backing against that even more than market odds. So I'm thinking it's probably a classic case of past results are not influencing future outcomes. And so I would still try to look at it in a vacuum. So Phil Gunnar says also Alonso will park the bus in Munich, and so far he's been successful at doing that, and also always outscores you. So yeah, like I said, all the games have been very cagey affairs, and it's not just Company, right? It's also his predecessor when he was when Company was still Burnley's coach. So I do definitely get that, and I have unfortunately watched every single Bayern game in Champions League, apart from 2 match days, which were the first match day where they scored 9, and match day 5 I think it was against Shakhtar Donetsk where they scored 5. I just find their attack to be woeful. Honestly, it's such a hard watch. But if that were the case, I don't think so. Let's because I want to make it a thought experiment. Let's consider for a second that my model is not fast enough to catch up to whatever is happening in real time. Markets are much more volatile, right? And even markets are still not predicting a low scoring affair. So, I mean, of course, they are not predicting high scoring affair either, and that goes without saying, but that's because football is a low scoring game inherently. So, I don't know. I mean, all legitimate points in the chat, by the way. So, McFred says, yeah, Foden was godly from MD2 to 4. Yeah, absolutely. Hind says, Bayern was so bad against Celtic. I will not contradict you there. That's absolute facts. They were so bad. Especially in the return in the second leg. My God, was it a hard watch. But they did get the XG in the first leg at least. So that's always the case. And penalty takers are always good. So I think Kane is still a legitimate option, like you can see in the captaincy graph as well. Mo should be joining us soon. Okay, let's. Another thing I was thinking of was going for Kobel over Raya, but I just want to maximize Arsenal because I am in a rare position where I have the wild card. So if I go with three Arsenal, then there is no differentiation between my team and teams that don't have a wild card, because I think all teams that don't have a wild card should probably be hedging in that game, given that they are going to play either Real or Atletico. Okay, let's do this. I think it would be handy for people to have the knockout graphic on screen. Let me try to see how I can bring this up. Just a visual aid. Cal says no love for Rudiger ahead of Saliba. I think I'm leaning towards it myself. Personally, not seeing the CS, but 42% chance according to market. So, I think you're looking at odds that have not been cleaned, because I don't think Real Madrid have that high of a chance. Last I remember, they were at Atletico Madrid were at one expected goal projected, which is not great. I mean, I do get the appeal of Rudiger, and it's exactly like Schlotterbeck. He gets unbelievable number of ball recoveries, and he's one of the few players who's done that consistently for his national team and his club team. Whereas you have examples like, for example, Akanji, who are not as proficient for Man City as they are for Switzerland. And I do appreciate that. I think in the season that Man City won the Champions League, I think Akanji did get a crazy number of ball recoveries. So I'm not saying that he's not capable of it. I just think he doesn't get to the same volume as he did for Switzerland at the Euros. Uh, Hind says Pavlidis close Kane. Yeah, Pavlidis is pretty good actually. I'm not going to knock anyone who wants to go for it. Yeah, see, exactly. So it's 34% chance. So let me see what I had from cleaned odds. Yeah, 33%. Yep, exactly. So it's not as high as 42%. So that's the problem with, and I'm not going to name and shame, but I've seen many people that post like odds, and the odds are not cleaned. There's always wig, there's always margin built into the odds from bookmakers, and if you don't do that, then if you just do a reciprocal of the odds, if you're using European odds, or if you're using British odds, then 1 divided by 1 plus odds, then that's not going to give you an accurate representation of the market. Thanks, McFred, for that. But yeah, 33% from what I saw yesterday. Okay, I think there will be two graphics that are probably a good share. I think one of them is, let me quickly duplicate some things. Yeah, so K7, I'm pulling that up. So it's I'm not. So I have a trend that I published, I think 2 days ago, for expected goals. I just find it funny that people are more receptive to clean sheet odds, but if you look at expected goals conceded, it's literally the same thing. But somehow, clean sheet odds makes people feel like they're making a more educated decision, and yeah. Okay, I don't know why K7 retracted the message. Okay, so this is the market trend from Wednesday all the way through Monday, and you can see that Atletico hasn't moved much. They went from 1 to 1.02, so some slight adjustments as more and more people are betting, and spread X gets more and more. I'm not. I mean, I'm not sure accurate is the right word, but maybe precise. But I don't know what precision implies because this is all a prediction. There's one more graphic that I wanted to show. Okay, let's just do CS. So these are the clean sheet odds. Madrid are not that far behind. So yeah, I mean, between Schlotterbeck and Rudiger, I think there's definitely it's a very close decision. They are near identical on ball recoveries. One thing that maybe I will try to see if we can find correlation is possession percentage and ball recoveries, because for example William Paco for PSG got zero ball recoveries in the first leg against Stade Brestois, and then he got 5 ball recoveries in the second leg, and his average ball recoveries throughout group stage was 8.9 or 8.7. So I think there's definitely some correlation between possession and or maybe team strength. Like if you are, I don't know, a massive favorite in the game, it seems like you there's a less tendency for ball recoveries, and also it depends on style of play as well, because PSG had the ball for both legs for most of the game. There's less chance to actually recover the ball, right? Whatever is the definition of ball recoveries, if the opposition doesn't have the ball, then you can't recover the ball. So Heinz says my biggest headache is, do I go Sommer or other game day 2 goalkeeper? McFred says feel like both Sommer and his backup are avoids now with him pictured back in training. So here's the thing. I completely agree with that, McFred, and the only reason I'm going for Martinez is because I have a wild card. So if you don't have a wild card, there is no chance I would recommend going for either of those two, by the way, because unfortunately we are in a situation where Bastoni and Dumfries are your best options if you want to go for Inter Milan. Oh, I just remembered. I wanted to share the fixtures. Although it's going to be very, very crammed in. So let's see how we can do this. So K7, I think Villa market is also very. So if I want to look at this, let's do this very quickly. Where is this? Yeah, so Villa on odds is actually, my model is predicting lower clean sheet odds for Villa, which is somewhere around 26%, and markets actually 25%, and markets actually have it at 27%. So yeah, I mean it's completely up to your discretion. I don't think there's a clear winner in any case. Okay, let's do this. Let me quickly get the knockout stages on here. I thought so. Maybe this is not as bad as I thought. Not a fan of this. Yeah, okay. This is probably the best you're going to get. McFit, K7 says, what's the day 2 goalkeeper alternative, guys? McFit is going Chesney. Just oh, okay. I thought, who's this guy? I mean, I'm looking at player names for so long, and I don't know. Yeah, Chesney. That's the player you want. If you are unsure, and I think you should be unsure of Inter Milan goalkeepers, then definitely I think Chesney is the play. Yeah. No problem. As long as you phonetically spell it, I think that's good enough. You just have to remember when the Z's end. So it's like SZCZESNY. So it's too many consonants. So yeah, as you can see, Arsenal are going to run into one of Real Madrid or Atletico if Arsenal win. Liverpool or Paris are going to run into one of Club Brugge, Aston Villa. So there's probably a consideration to be made to go for Alisson. If you feel confident enough that Liverpool are going to win this tie across 2 legs, even though you do sacrifice some expected value here, you will make it back here. Because Alisson versus Club Brugge or Aston Villa is probably going to be one of the best matchups. So K7, I would definitely consider Alisson as well for day 2. It's more of a long-term move where you don't need to worry about goalkeepers. Even though with Alisson, he's one of the most injury-prone keepers in the history of football. So maybe there is some consideration to be made there. On the other side, if you look at see, that's excuse me. So good point, McFred. And actually, you're going to run into this issue sometime unless you go for one side of the bracket here and then other goalkeeper on this side of the bracket, which is why again Chesney wins out because he is on this side of the bracket. So you don't need to worry about it till the final, and in the final it doesn't matter anyway. So on this side again, yeah, I think Chesney, because Chesney runs into one of Dortmund or Lille, is probably going to be your best bet on this side. Let's say Bayern are, because they are the favorites, Bayern win this matchup and you get Inter Milan from here. I don't think people are going to want to go with Neuer. So probably a good idea to go for Chesney given this. And from next match day, McFred says, I blame Sommer's broken thumb. Come on, man. It's such a bad time for that. It's honestly. I mean, that's probably the worst time for this. We also missed out on the facing your old club narrative, right? Because Inter versus Bayern is Sommer derby, essentially. So yeah, let me just see if we have any news. Oh yeah, okay. Mo is calling me. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hey Mo, good to have you back for another stream. So let me,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, let me kill the music now. So anyone in the chat, can you tell me if the music is drowning out Mo's voice?
Yeah. Tell me, is the audio all good?
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to gauge from. Let's see. Hopefully someone will confirm. Okay, perfect. So yeah, welcome Mo. How have you been?
Yeah, thank you for having me back again. These deadline streams have been very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine, and yeah, sorry for being late. First of all, yeah. So
Okay, fantastic. So
just glad I can make it on time.
absolutely. Let's get straight to your team because we've spent enough time talking about mine. honestly, I think your team is going to be much more applicable to people watching the stream and in general because most people don't have the wildcard. So, talk me through this team and if you've already thought of any changes to this team and what would they be potentially?
Yeah, of course. So, first of all, the team is currently still the same, but of course there are still there is still, of course, room to change. But I would say, like, first of all, the what do you call them? The mainstays are probably going to be like obviously quadruple Barcelona. I think quadruple Arsenal as well, and double or triple Inter. These are the guys I'm 100% locked on, and also probably Gerassi as well. So let's go by one. I think Barcelona, Arsenal, and Inter are just because they're just the overwhelming favorites in their respective ties.
Yeah.
And obviously, you have with Barca, you have players like Rafinha, Lewandowski, Yamal, who are just speak for themselves. Same with Arsenal defense as well. I think I'll definitely have at least 3. And obviously Inter as well, with they are probably the easiest tie. I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are definitely the players that are mainstays. Other than that, I think probably the other players then are probably more interchangeable. So let's speak about, I guess, Gerassi. He is probably my favorite captaincy for the first day. Yeah, I think that's probably why I really I would like to have Gerassi, because the first day captaincy, Lille at home is probably it's probably a very good game to target from between the first day games. So yeah, this is why I would like to have Gerassi, and then if I of course we have 3 transfers if I'm not mistaken before the second leg. So I can then sell Gerassi before the away game, but for the home game I would like to have him. Then you've got I guess Wirtz. We already know the player of the match thing, and he's playing of course it's not the easy fixture.
That's the only reason why I have him. Honestly, because he's like 27th on expected value, and I was telling people in the chat as well that I just find it very difficult to legislate for words except for man of the match aura. And I did not mention that because I just find it very flimsy as an excuse, but that is literally the case. Like, he is that guy, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, he just needs an assist, and honestly, like an assist and a 1-0 win, he's getting man of the match.
Yeah.
He is, I don't know, the panel likes him differently.
Yeah.
And of course, there's also the vibes going against a company coach team, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You know how we feel about company.
Oh yeah. I think we are the same.
The company is just basically vibes. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I think.
Sorry, just 1 second. I'm trying.
Yeah, so that's why Wirtz is included. Okay.
No, this is just ignore this for now. I'm trying to get something on here, which is what you mentioned, which is actually pretty critical, which is this. How many transfers do you get for each?
Yeah.
This is totally relevant a bit. Okay, this is a little smaller than I would have liked, but okay. So like Mo mentioned, we have 3 free transfers, and then 5, and then 3 again, and then 5, and then 3 again, and then 5. So I was telling people before you joined that there's no need to be ultra conservative with your moves, because you will have total 8 transfers or 5 free transfers before quarterfinals. So it is a substantial number of transfers, and so we just get into this FPL mindset, right? That you don't have a lot of transfers, so you need to be planning for the future.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, there's that. And like you said, like Gerassi, right, is a classic example. You can have him for this leg, there's no need to transfer him out. So if you get like a number of injuries for the second leg, yeah, sure, keep him. It's not as if he's going to be a bad asset all of a sudden.
Yep. Yep. That's totally it.
Yep.
So yeah, like you said, the free transfers are just it's just a nice safety net
Yep.
for the second leg. So you can go to someone like Garasi. As you mentioned, he's great in the first leg. Second leg, he's not bad, but you can afford to take him out and go somewhere else. So yeah. So I have Verts. I have also Elise. Just like I just want to hedge a little bit on the outcome of that Leverkusen Bayern game.
Yeah.
Just want to hedge my bets a little bit because I think either Verts or Elise, one of them is gonna be really important in the quarterfinals. So yeah, I would like to hedge my bets, and then whoever goes out in the quarters, I can just sell him with one of my 5 free transfers.
That makes total sense. So
go back to the defense. Then the defense, I think, is the biggest point. It's probably the biggest. I don't know. Yeah. So I think. Should I just go reset my router for a second?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so the teams are out. Let's quickly go through them. Thank you, Hind, for that. It's actually matches, right? Like I said, Rashford is on 2 yellow cards, so be very careful. So I don't know if people can see the teams, but they haven't lined them up as a formation. So let's just use this for now. Okay, so Rogers starts obviously. Watkins, Rashford, Konza. So okay, so Pau Torres is still on the bench. So yeah, he will probably be in the starting lineup for the second leg, I assume. So people thinking of Disasi probably should not. Also, Disasi was also on 2 yellow cards, so if anything, that should put you off even further. Yeah, but on this side, I think we expected this lineup. I think maybe Vettelson is the one surprise. I think I had his minutes a little higher, but other than that, I think we are all good. Yeah, Asensio bench. So yeah, immediately just lost all appeal, right? So I already mentioned it. I have his minutes too high. They're not going to be 75. It's going to be much lower than that, and yeah, it's probably going to be like 30 and 70 for the 2 games.
Hello.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah.
So yeah, in these cases, the adjustable minutes model helps because I was just going through the lineups for Villa Bruges, Club Bruges, and Asensio is benched and Rashford starts. So that's the only fantasy relevant news.
Okay.
Yeah. Pau Torres is on the bench as well, so Disasi is just not.
Since his bench is quite surprising to be honest, when you expect that, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean he's scoring braces.
I'll get the lineups up myself.
He's scoring braces for fun, right? This feels a bit weird.
Oh yeah, Torres is back. Yeah.
Yeah, McFred, pretty useless match to kick off the MD. I'm so ticked off at this. It could literally have been any of the other 7 games, and we probably would have had more information than this. This is such a useless game to start the match day. It's just.
Honestly.
So yeah, okay, Mo, let's go back to your
In
team, right?
general, like any.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Please continue.
No. Okay. I was saying, yeah, like generally any of the other 7 games would have been a good one to kick things off with, but yeah, like you just have to let like.
Yeah, I mean, such a bad game, man. Yeah, so coming to your team, I was just wondering, so because you don't have a wild card, what's the thought with quadruple Arsenal defense? Because they're going to run into Real Madrid, Atletico, right? So I'm assuming you have like at least 1 to 2 free transfers earmarked for that.
Yeah, that's totally it. I
Okay.
think it's just like it's just they are the best team to target for this round, I guess, and just outside of them, the clean sheet outside them and Inter as well. I think just the clean sheet odds are just so bad. So I think their clean sheet odds are too good. I think it's just even though they have Real Madrid or Atletico in the quarters, I think it's just worth going with a triple up or quadruple up. I'm still not 100% sure on that. I can still lose one defender, but I think I want at least 3, and then hopefully, I think hopefully Lewa, hopefully my Barca players will go through. Hopefully my Inter players will go through. Hopefully at least one of Wirtz and Elise will also make it through. And then I would use my transfers on. I would use 1 or 2 of my transfers on probably Timber and Saliba, and get someone else that is, of course, depending on what ends up happening in the in the round of 16 and how the quarterfinal matchups look. Then I think I would pick someone with a good clean sheet odds then. But I just think like the immediate tie is just too good to turn down. In my opinion.
That makes complete sense.
Also,
Yeah.
I could also just, I also have 3 transfers before the second leg. So let's say, for example, just Bayern easily beat Leverkusen. I could sell Wirtz to save myself a transfer from the quarters, something like that. Like if an outcome goes somewhere unexpected, I could set myself up before the quarters with one of my round of 16 transfers as well.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
this is the thinking behind the Arsenal. This is I was gonna speak about my defense before I lost my connection, but I think just quadruple Arsenal defense, double Inter and Chesney, just trying to target the best matchups in my opinion, the best clean sheet odds and stuff. I could also you could go for someone like a Dortmund defender, because they're probably up there for the first time. Could still go for someone like Grimaldo, who's probably gonna play left wing, I guess, and since the clean sheet odds outside of that are not great, you could just go for someone like Grimaldo for the attacking third. But for the moment, I think this is my preferred defense.
I think Grimaldo is maybe too much hedging because you already have Olise and Words, right? So there's no outcome that's going to like help you out completely. And I do understand if the expected value is there, you would probably go there, but Grimaldo is not too high on expected value as well. I mean, naturally, because it's a tough matchup at the end of the day. Even though Bayern are probably not functioning as well as they should be, their defense is good enough, I think, with just the personnel that they have.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
I think if I go off a defender, I'll probably go to a Dortmund like Schlotterbeck or something.
Yeah.
But it's good to mention Grimaldo because I think he's still he's still up there, even though I probably won't go for him myself. But
Yeah, the Grimaldo is a great shout, and I've honestly, when I made my first draft for this round, I had Grimaldo in the team because I was thinking he's going to be so attacking, and now given the fact, like you said, that both Frimpong and Grimaldo could actually be playing right wing and left wing respectively, with the lineups that were out on build, which had essentially a back four of Tapsoba, Hincapie, Mukiele, and who's the fourth guy? Jonathan Ta. These were the four. Yeah, so they had four essentially centre backs playing a back four. So uh, that's a great shout. If anyone wants to gamble on Grimaldo's higher positioning being a factor, then yeah. But my thought process is that he plays so high up anyway, even as a left wing back, that I don't know how much that's going to add to his attacking output, honestly.
That's true as well. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So but that's a great shout. Great shout. K7 says, is De Vrij an option, guys? So someone asked Mark, FPL Marcin, on my post about why De Vrij has just dropped off the face of the earth. So do you have an answer, Mo? Because I'm not too sure what happened there.
Yeah, to be honest, neither am I. Like I think before this season, my like I thought before the season, Acerbi was sometimes preferred to him. Sometimes he'd come instead of him. So it's just I think that is a pretty volatile place in the 11 between Acerbi and De Vrij. I just think maybe of course I don't regularly watch Inter in the league, but maybe maybe a drop of form or something. Maybe a drop of form or something just gave Acerbi the place back.
Interesting.
Just like I mean it is interesting to me as well because as you can see in my team I have Bastoni and Dumfries, so maybe like if there's a better Inter defender, maybe De Vrij or something, I would be interested. But I just feel like I'd probably just go for either Bastoni or Dumfries because they seem like the two players who are the most likely to start both. But I think. But of course, I think we've mentioned it as well in our chats that Inzaghi is the next, if the Inter rotation is just it was very annoying. I think I would say Inter are just Inzaghi is second to Gasperini only in minutes terrorism.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes for attackers as well. So so with Lautaro, right? Let's talk about Lautaro. Yeah. So I just discussed it before you joined the stream that Çalhanoğlu trained with the team. He's not as unexpected to start as he was a few days ago. So I still believe that he has majority of the penalty share, even though that has not been. Maybe it has been proven because Çalhanoğlu has taken penalties even when Lautaro has been on the pitch. So if he starts, or if you find out before this deadline that he is likely to start, would that diminish Lautaro's appeal? Because I just feel like if that's the case, then I would just keep Lautaro and then buy him for the next match, which is at home.
Yeah, I think if you get one of those Sky expected lineups, I think we usually get before Inter games. I think if we do get one and Çalhanoğlu starting, I think I would seriously consider Mbappe instead of Lautaro.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm hopeful that Hakan is at least going to get reduced minutes at least, which will give, of course, Lautaro the pen share.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because I looked at expected goals from market, and Lautaro's expected goals have not moved. So they were 0.55 yesterday, they are 0.55 today, but Çalhanoğlu wasn't priced yesterday, he is now priced today, and Çalhanoğlu is at 0.24 expected goals. So I don't know, maybe markets are not as bothered about penalty share in this particular case, not in general, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
We've missed some really good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. We missed some chat conversation actually. McFred is not picking words based on principle. I mean, fair. I was one of those people, and then I saw the expected value rise, and then I was there. McFred says a little worried about an early Timber sub if Arsenal are winning comfortably with Ben White back. Thoughts, Mo?
That is true, to be fair, that is true. But I think if we go for quadruple defense, I think I can't pick Calafiori, to be honest. I cannot pick him because, of course, Skelly is not suspended, unlike the Premier League, so he'll be there.
Yeah.
You could also see Timber at left back and White at right back. To be fair, that's also a possibility. I think, though, to be honest, I think I can't see him. I can't see Arteta subbing off a player early in the tie unless like very very much 3-4 nil territory. And with this Arsenal attack, can they score 3 goals away from home? Probably not. But yeah, I think if of course it is a valid concern, but I'm pretty confident he will start. I think like I don't think White has had uh, a, a significant amount of minutes at all. Like I think
He hasn't.
he's played
That's
like
true.
I think
Yeah.
10-minute cameo or something like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I can't see him starting over Timber. Timber has played very well this season. So yeah, I think I can have enough confidence in the fact that Timber starts both games and plays over 60 minutes. And then, of course, hopefully, if Arsenal go through, probably sell him anyway before the Real Madrid slash Atletico Madrid tie. So
Hmm.
that's it is, of course, a valid point, but I think it's not enough risk to put me off personally.
Yeah, and I think it's more of an anecdotal risk that he's talking about, because just because Timber got subbed on 59 minutes in MD8 doesn't mean that that's going to happen again and
Yeah,
again. But I do understand the risks are obviously there. McFred also says Leverkusen played that six defender formation and against Bayern recently, and it ended 0-0. So see, we've discussed this before Mo joined as well, that I fully understand people's apprehension when it comes to expected goals for both Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, given the fact that the past 5 games have been such cagey affairs. I just think that markets are right, and so is my model. Yeah, I mean, yes, Kale surprise, but in that past event should not matter as much. Also, because this is is a different competition, maybe it will be more cagey. I don't know, because it's a knockout round, so both teams don't need to risk it. They can take it to penalties. They can take it to extra time in the second leg. I don't know. I mean, it's really very subjective when you start talking about these things, and I would just rely more on what the markets and expected value is saying. Honestly,
yeah, I absolutely agree for sure.
yeah.
I
Jade's,
don't think it's an easy tie at all. Like I think
yeah,
it's gonna be very
exactly.
tight. I might be like, oh, yeah,
Yeah. Jade says, is it
yeah,
Mo or Liverpool fan Mo who isn't picking Dembele?
it's a bit of both, to be honest. Like I would lie, but yeah, like I will say, like, yeah, there's a bit of bias in me picking Salah. Like, for example, like, could I pick Dembele over Salah or over Olise or over Wirtz? Probably not Wirtz, but like, could I pick Dembele over Salah or over Olise? Maybe, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't put anyone off Dembele at all. But yeah, I think it's a very tight matchup anyway. So I would rather not back against Liverpool. That's totally it. Like it's a very tight matchup. Can I get Salah? Even if can I get Salah or Olise? Even if it's, I think Olise is the one that's a little bit less in EV, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'd rather do that rather than go for Dembele. But I think I wouldn't put anyone off Dembele at all. Like he's gonna be a great pick, especially for the first leg at home. Yeah.
I just brought up the EV just so that people understand that Salah is not not a pick just because Mo's a Liverpool fan. He's like second on the expected value as well. So it's just he has to be in the team. I'm sorry. There's If you don't pick Salah after getting like 5 million extra after the end of group stages, then I don't understand what's the point. I mean,
Yeah.
so. So yeah, I mean, actually, that's a good point you bring up, which is the Liverpool PSG game. I think that's a very close game to call because of the attacking potential for both teams. Yes. So if you look at this, so Liverpool is almost the same. It's like 1.55, and PSG has gone from 1.68 to 1.7. So right now it's PSG 1.7, Liverpool 1.55 on odds, which is predicted for today's game. Not today, this week's game. So it's very close. So definitely,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's.
it's definitely tight. Yeah.
Yeah, Dembele doesn't have penalties, by the way, so that's probably a very big factor to consider. And Salah has penalties, so
That's true. That that is a good point as well with
yeah.
Vitinha
Oh my God,
taking pens.
that
Yeah.
guy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I did mention it in the stream before that that MD, but yeah, I did mention like I thought it would be Dembele, but I was scared of Vitinha, and then he
Yeah,
ends up just
you were so right on that,
he ends up,
and I did mention that as well, that you had a very balanced take. Unlike me, I was just very sure because I think players and managers are grassier than us, which is such a weird thing to say.
yeah.
But I was just thinking, this guy's
No, yeah,
scoring in
yeah,
every
totally
single
agree.
game, so maybe they'll just keep giving him penalties. But you were spot on to be skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to be wrong, but yeah, yeah, he scored in the second leg as well and got man of the match in both games.
My
Didn't he? Yeah,
God.
he scored in both legs and got, yeah,
The minutes, man.
that was
Minutes.
yeah.
By the way, shout out to you because I don't know if people watching this have realized, but Mo actually went from like 2.5K to 497 because of Mbappe captaincy. And he also correctly sort of identified that Dembele might not play 90 minutes, and he was rightly skeptical of that. So he went for Mbappe captaincy, and wow, I mean, that's just spectacular.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, how bad City were playing did not do the Dembele captaincy in my mind any justice. To be honest, I think just with how dominant they were over Brest in the first leg and how the tie was pretty much over. I just had to go. To be honest, had to go with Mbappe just because of the minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. That's a very fair point. Aich says Yamal and Schlotterbeck or Saliba and Gravenberg. I, there is no possible world to go for
I
Gravenberg.
think I'll
I'm
go.
not
I'll
going
go
to lie.
Yamal Schlotterbeck. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just. And Yamal is pretty good on
Yeah.
expected
Yeah.
value as
I
well.
agree.
He's just, he's outstanding.
Of course. Yes.
K7
Yeah, and then
says.
the minutes should be good. There shouldn't be any.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just straight 90s for both players. I mean, for all four players, to be honest. K7 says Grimaldo or next Arsenal defender. You have your answer with Mo, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think you could pick Grimaldo if you don't, if like let's say if you don't have Wirtz and you maybe have Ulisse, you can hedge in that way, I guess. But like I have my hedge in Wirtz and Ulisse. You could hedge that way if you like. But I think like I think like in a 1-to-1 shootout, I'd rather have an Arsenal defender. I think.
So H is saying Grav is guaranteed 4 to 5 points because of his recoveries and plays 90 every game. So I'm just going to read off his ball recoveries in the past couple of games because he hasn't played since MD7, which is a while back now. So against Girona, he got 5. Against Lille, he got 2 in 45 minutes. Against Girona, he got 5 in 90 minutes. Against Real Madrid, he got 5 in 90 minutes. Against Bayern Leverkusen, he got 6 in 90 minutes. 6 ball recoveries, by the way, not points. Leipzig, 8 in 90 minutes. Bologna, 6 in 90 minutes. And AC Milan, 6 in 90 minutes. So he's actually not crossed 8 BRs more than once. And his average is like 4-5 BRs. So it's actually not guaranteed 4 to 5 points at all from him.
Yeah, I think, and as we have, I think we have mentioned this a lot, as we have said, just the UEFA ball recoveries they're just so unpredictable.
It's trash. And so I was actually telling Chad before you joined that I'm probably going to try to see if we can find correlations between like team possession, team strength disparity, and BRs, because I think there's definitely a case to be made. Like for example, Paco, right? In hindsight, both of us should not have gone for him because that game was so dominated by PSG that the opposition has to have the ball to recover the ball, right? And so it just became sort of redundant.
Like I think it's like trying to predict ball recoveries could still be, it could still be, I guess, useful if we're comparing like some like Pacho versus Nuno Mensch, like we did last week, last MD.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go for it. I wouldn't go for someone like Gravenberch just based on VRs, in my
That's the
opinion. Like,
thing. That is the thing. You need something more
yeah,
tangible. For example, Paco and Nuno Mendes had both had the best clean sheet odds in both games, which is why they were good picks. And then you break the tie based on ball recoveries if you wish. Like Mo said,
exactly.
yeah, that's a great point, Mo.
Yeah, so that's basically it. I
Yeah.
think you could also, to be honest, like I guess there's also the I don't know, like this pretty grassy. I guess you could see Gravenberch getting a yellow card or something in a game and stuff is PSG, and then that's another point lost and stuff like that. So I think I'd just rather go for someone more attacking, like like a Verts, like an elite, like Rafinha. Like also like Trossard. Like I haven't mentioned Trossard. I don't own Trossard currently because I have four Arsenal defenders. Like you could definitely go Trossard as well. Like yeah, I think there are some good midfield picks that I would rather have than Gravenberch, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. McFred says Chalanolu would have been amazing if he was fully fit. Sadly, we can't have good things. Man, I would have been so all over Chalanolu, man. He's such a good pick on
Yeah,
expected value as well. It's such a shame.
yeah, definitely.
That game versus Napoli was so bad because I saw the Dimarco goal. I saw Chalanolu play, and I'm thinking, yeah, these two are locked. Like I'm gonna go for these two for sure. And then both of them came off at halftime, and that's it.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
just
That's absolutely that's
it's a
brutal for
shame.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanasi says, whose team is this? This is Mo's team. My team is. I might had a sort of arrow next time from next stream so people understand whose team it is. So I'm going to go to a live team share so we can just. Okay, so this is where I am right now. Trossard, yes. So I assume you're not going Trossard because you don't believe in Arsenal attack EV, right? In general.
I think it's more that I believe more in their defense rather than attack, rather
Good
than I
point.
just flat out don't believe in their attack.
Yeah, yeah, fair point.
But yeah, like I think I would say that Trossard is absolutely fine.
Hmm.
Just like yeah, I personally I would like to have a defender more than I would like to have Trossard.
Hmm.
But Trossard, yeah, it's definitely Trossard is definitely good. But I would say like personally, I feel more comfortable having like Ulisse and Timber rather than Trossard and let's say Schlotterbeck, for example.
That makes a lot of sense because I'm very unsure about someone like Trossard. So this is my team, and I was looking at. So these are the positions I'm least sure about. Like I have Mbappe, Adeyemi, Trossard, Martinez, and actually let's see, let's take words as well. So these five places I'm definitely maybe let's even do Martinez because if Chalanolu is going to be back, I'm just the thing is, I mentioned this before you joined. Feyenoord have such a weak team. They have like 15 players that are out overall,
Yeah,
and they have
yeah.
a new coach again, Van
And
Persie, zero
they should have,
experience. I
yeah,
don't know, man. It's
Van
just
Persie. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they would have been knocked out if Theo Hernandez wasn't a clown. So yeah, I
oh
mean,
my
they're just not.
god.
They're just by far the worst team. They are by far the worst team in the round of 16. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think I would have definitely been all over Çalhanoğlu. I would have definitely had Çalhanoğlu if he was fit. Yeah.
I think return leg could be a real sort of the moves for both of us could really be predictable because we could easily go for someone like one midfielder out to Chalanoglu. But in order to do that, I need to keep one inter slot open, which I currently don't have. So maybe,
Yeah.
this is going to be tricky. Mel says my goods. Thanks, Mel. Thanks for joining. As long as FPL Swanson is not joining, I'm all good. H is saying, yeah, I was only pro Grav because of him being 5.1 just an enabler. Okay. If you felt like I was being dismissive, I wasn't. It's just that the options you presented, there's one clear winner. So that's all I was trying to show. There's nothing. he is definitely a good budget pick. But so okay, let's do this. He's 5.21, right? Let's see if we can find a better pick for you at that price.
I mean, maybe you could go Rogers. Rogers is 5 million.
Yeah, good shout.
It's not the best pick, but
good shout.
I think probably I would probably rather have him than Gravenberch, I think.
Yep.
As we know, of course, from FPL, he's also a minutes monster, even with all these signings they have made. So I think he could be a good pick for sure.
So if you think Jorginho starts, I think Jorginho is a good pick because he has some penalty share, but obviously that's just there's too much uncertainty in that. So I mean, honestly, De Kuyper is showing up pretty well because again, De Kuyper has some penalty share. He's taken penalties for Club
De
Brugge.
Kuyper is a midfielder.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay,
maybe Gravenberch.
I think
Gravenberch is maybe the pick. So yeah, good shout. If you only have 5.1, yeah, I think the EV says it. But Rogers is not too far behind, so there's definitely some consideration for him.
You know, I only realized now that De Kuyper is a midfielder. To be honest, like I had no idea until you told me. Like he's basically played left back then, like since he came up for Belgium and for Brugge. So that's surprising.
But I see, here's the weird thing, right? And De Kuyper has been clowning fantasy managers since Euro 2024 because everyone I think went for him. I didn't because I was a little skeptical about his minutes. He didn't play, but he was a defender in the game, and now he's not even a defender in the game. So I mean, there's just no point.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play left back to be benched for Saudi Carrasco. So that was weird. But yeah, let's move on from that.
Holy. Heinz says Bastoni or Acerbi the most nailed Inter defender. So Bastoni for sure. There's a chance he's going to play left wing back. I personally don't think that increases Bastoni's appeal. If anything, I think it slightly decreases it because his passing range and his ball recoveries are coming from centre back. So if he's moving to left wing back, I personally think he's a slightly worse FPL fantasy asset, but he's still good enough to be picked. I mean, he's just that guy right now.
Yeah, and I think I think he's still the one you can expect to start both. Like if you go at Cherby, you could see De Vrij starting the second one. You could see I think at the moment Carlos Augusto, their other left wing back, could be back for the second leg.
Yeah.
So I guess you could see like if you go maybe you go someone like Pavard for example, he can start the first leg but maybe not the second. So I think Bastoni is still the second best Inter pick after Dumfries, just because he's probably the next one, the most likely to play both games. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yep, that's pretty much what I think as well. I'm just trying to see if Mia San Mia has anything on Bayern Leverkusen, but I mean those lineups are pretty locked, so I'm not gonna bother too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our best bet is one of those the Sky Inter lineups.
Yeah.
For Çalhanoğlu news, to be honest.
That's I missed this. Okay, De Vrij to start for Feyenoord. What? Versus Feyenoord. My bad. What? How reliable is this source? Sempreinter.com. I've never heard of this.
Hey.
What?
Yeah, okay, so I guess.
And
I guess we can rule out. I guess we can rule out Cherby then.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so I remember someone asked about De Vrij. Maybe, I don't know, but I still wouldn't go for him, honestly. I just think, like most, it dims the appeal of Acerbi as well, unfortunately. So this Twitter account is also saying that Çalhanoğlu is going to start and it's confirmed. What? Who are these people? According to Corriere dello Sport via FC Internews, Simone Inzaghi's potential tweaks won't affect the 31-year-old. Çalhanoğlu is ready for Wednesday's trip to Rotterdam. What? Oh my god. Okay, I'm not okay. I'm not going to show it on stream because I still don't. I'm very skeptical about all of this. The only thing I'm going to trust is Sky Italia, and let's see if Sky Italia has something.
Yes, I agree.
Inter Fire Gold. Hamid says differential mid for rank gain except Tross. Okay. Okay. Yo. Fair enough. Okay, let's. Can we look at what? How do I? This is Sky Italia, right? No, this is not Sky Italia. This is Sky Sports. Oh no! Don't tell me I have to VPN into Italy and then open Sky Sports. That would be crazy. Okay. What is happening? Okay, this is
I just wish
pretty.
we had this as the first game instead of Villa Brugge, man.
Okay, so this is the inter lineup as per Sky Italia. So because they don't have it as a formation, I can't show it on stream, but I'm going to read it out. So it's Josep Martinez in goal. It's Pavard, De Vrij, HRB in defense. Dumfries. I'm assuming the second one is going to be Bastoni. Yeah, Dumfries, Bastoni, wing backs. Barella, Çalhanoğlu. Oh my goodness. Okay. Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan in midfield and Lautaro Thuram as the forwards. Oh, this is
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, that makes Lautaro much more shaky.
I might actually go for Çalhanoğlu. The only thing with Çalhanoğlu is there is a chance he could get subbed off pre-60 or even like 60-ish, right? That's sort of...
Yeah. I think I'd still be wary of picking him for the first leg, but what that does do is it dampens Lautaro's appeal.
That's why I brought it up in the first place. I think I might go for Mbappe and Guirassy, honestly, right now. At this stage.
Yeah. I think I'm seriously considering.
Yeah.
I'm seriously considering Mbappe as well.
Okay, so sorry Abdul, let's get to your question. You want a differential midfielder who is not Trossard. That's such a classic request.
I mean, I guess Çalhanoğlu is differential now. We have him now.
Yeah, that's like, I don't think you can get more differential than Çalhanoğlu, honestly. But let's see.
Let's see someone else.
I mean, Solis could be, but he's on 2 yellow cards, so I don't want to suggest him out just because I think he could be suspended for the return leg.
Franz in the chat saying Real are not winning tonight, which is.
It doesn't matter, bro. Mbappe can score 2, you can concede 4. That will take care of Rudiger as well, because a lot of people are going to have him in the team.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm not going to... Let me not stray away from what I want to see here. Okay. Yeah, Çalhanoğlu is your guy. If you want differential, Çalhanoğlu... Olmo is a shout. If you want to go Dani Olmo. Mkhitaryan is good on EV, but I think some of it is being driven by like 10 years ago. not that far back, obviously, but 5 years ago, let's say.
Yeah.
Adeyemi is a shout, but I think Adeyemi is not
Rodgers, we mentioned him before.
Sorry?
Yeah, I think like I think Rodgers' differential. I guess if you want to go that different,
Yeah, I'm
is
just looking at,
is
I
also I
sorted
guess.
by expected value. So actually, Perisic is a good shout, but
Ooh, yeah, Perisic.
the matchup,
True.
if you want to go for Arsenal defense, then why do you want to go for Perisic? So you need to make that decision. So I think these are plenty of options. Abdul, hope you pick. Hope we helped you pick one of them. McFred says Acherby should still start as one of the three, assuming Bastoni goes to left wing back. So that's true for this leg. We are more worried about the return leg because again that's like one book transfer. Because if Carlos Augusto is back, you'll be forced to make a move, and so it's better to just go for Bastoni, I think.
Yeah,
Daniel
exactly. I
Daniel Reen is
totally agree.
saying, are you going only words only because of his man of the match aura? Yes. Honest answer. Yes.
Yeah,
H is
I can't disagree.
yeah, exactly. H is saying, would still be wary of his minutes? Yeah, I mean absolutely. So there's always that. Yeah. McFred is Captain Alvarez, then Fran. uh, my goodness. Trini says Arsenal versus Luke De Jong at home will not end well. Yeah, it's nailed on. I think late goal, consolation goal, something
Yeah,
like that. When Timber will be subbed off, so he keeps his clean sheet and everyone else loses their clean sheet. So that's like you know. Uh, Trini says almost 60 or 70 minutes up. True, but I was just trying to suggest differential options. I think Barcelona top four picks are in the order. I think they should be are Lewandowski, Rafinha, Szczesny, Yamal, and then
yeah.
it just depends how differential you want to go because I think Kunde is also a good pick, but he is quite expensive. So it's a shame that Kubarsi is now a dead pick. Otherwise, Kubarsi would have been great, I think, for this match day.
To be fair, are you saying that because you think Araujo and Inigo will start?
It's actually predicted Araujo and yeah, Inigo. That's predicted on most lineups that I saw on most sites.
Okay, that's actually surprising. I did not notice that at all. I mean, I didn't. I was probably just gonna go Szczesny because it's 4 million, but I thought Kovarsi would start. But yeah, okay, that's interesting.
No, I also thought that, but I think Fran was because I spoke with Fran last week, and Fran was the one who told me why is it certain that Kubarsi would start because I mentioned Kubarsi as one of the potential picks, and so then I started looking into it, and it seems like there's a possibility he might not. Yeah, yeah, Fran, you did. Fran is saying is some are all good. He's not. He's not going to start this match day. He's going to start probably going to start the return leg. But the turnaround is pretty close
Yeah,
though, so I'm not too sure that's going to happen. By the way, I mean they could just play him, Josep Martinez.
yeah. I think he will be in the squad for tomorrow, so there's that risk. But yeah,
That is
sorry, not for the first leg.
the second
There's a
leg. Yeah,
risk for the second leg.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Gato says Chalanolu X means for both legs. By the way, can you show the EV table again? But so just tell me what you want to see because if I just keep scrolling down, then it's like an unending exercise. So just help me narrow down what you want, what information you want, and I'll be more than happy to show it. So okay, so I think I'm off Trossard, but if I'm off Trossard, then how can I go quadruple Arsenal is my question because I'm not going to go quadruple defense. So
Going to an area, I guess, or Odegaard.
no, no. I'm saying if I don't go Trossard, I'm not going Arsenal midfielder. That's out of the question.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Misunderstood.
Okay, if I go Gurashi, then bro, I'm so tempted by Chalanolu, man. It's insane. Ah,
It's
it's
just I
it's
don't know.
you know
I don't
like
know. I don't like. It's oh yeah.
it's like this perfect fix. It just fixes everything. I can go with Mbappe. I can also have the inter attacker I want. Just
Yeah. Man, you really have to get injured.
Yeah, Mel.
I really want to be there as well, but
This is my team.
I just don't know how. I just don't know how certain I am with the minutes. So I really want to go there as well.
Yeah. Okay, McFred, let me bring that up. So he's asking for Trossard EV versus Chalanolu. So because Chalanolu has reduced minutes in the X-Wins right now, they are neck and neck. Trossard is on 11.7 and Chalanolu is on 11 point. What is it? Oh my god, that's got that's like the most important bit got cropped out. Yeah, Chalanolu is on 11.51. But if you increase his minutes, then obviously Chalanolu would be much better. I think for the return leg, Chalanolu is going to be probably broken if he's fit, obviously. But that's a tall order at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's 31 years old. I didn't know he was much older than me. I say much as a joke, but yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, Mkhitaryan is 36, so I guess it can work out. Yeah, he's not that old, and when you consider his partner.
So you can see Adeyemi, you can see, sorry, where's the message? Gatto, I wanted to see Adeyemi, Yamal and Words. So I think you can see all three, right? Am I missing something? So this is Yamal, this is Words, and this is Adeyemi. Yeah, you can see all three. Yeah. Luther Blissett is in the chat. I'm not going to disclose who he is, but we all know who he is. When will this teenager show his face? So I had asked Mo and he was considering it, but because I started the stream without him, we didn't get a chance to coordinate all of that. So hopefully we'll get it on MD13 if Mo can join me again for the next stream.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Gato says I have to choose one of the three. Yeah, fair. Luther says much older than Mo too. Bro, everyone is older than Mo. There's no point in talking about that. McFred says cheers JD. So tempted too. Maybe there will be some Ramadan miracle. Yes, let's go for that. Luther Blissett says Champions Trophy Fantasy when. Bro, Luther, did we win against Australia by the way? I am so checked out. It's crazy. Yeah, we did. Okay, good. Nah, Australia is washed. Yeah, I mean, Mo has no interest, as does most of the world. They have no interest in cricket. So let's move on. France says where Dembele, bro. Dembele is right up here. Okay, where Dembele. Luther said, what's the problem? Not like Mo has to shave. You'll have to ask Mo that.
I mean, I have a pretty full beard to be fair, so yeah.
Good. That's a good one.
The Arab genes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it, but I'm glad you said it because, it's not racist that
way.
Yeah. It's also because, whenever I grow a full beard, I am mistaken for like a Middle Eastern or, South Asian, but South Asian as in South Asian Muslim. So I know fully well the biases. Gautam says, is Trossard a good option for this MD? Look, on expected value he is, but anyone that has watched Arsenal, they're just very skeptical, as am I. But I don't trust my eyes. My eyes are very bad as a judge of expected value. I think numbers are far better. So I'm not completely dismissing it, but I am considering options.
Yeah.
McFred says at this point, I'm sure Mo is just Klopp without a beard. No, he just said, bro, he has he's more of a beard than Klopp. Klopp's beard is a fake beard.
Nah, not that far to be fair. Not that far.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, okay, I went too far.
Like it covers my face, but it's not too long. That's that. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
Okay, Mo, let's focus because we only have 21 minutes before deadline. Are we making any moves? Because
Okay,
I
of gear
think
talk.
I'm thinking of Çalhanoğlu. I think my front three is probably going to be Mbappe, Girassi, Lewandowski, just because of the Çalhanoğlu pick. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm not liking this at all.
I think same. I think I'm currently still on the same team I have. Just I don't think I can pick Çalhanoğlu this week just because of how just personally I'm very uncertain.
That's actually very fair.
But yeah, I think I think it could be enough to sway me off Lautaro. That for sure.
But then, if you don't go for Lautaro, you're not
Bayern are so
quadrupling
bad,
on
though.
Inter, right? So how would you go about doing that? You actually would have only 2 Inter players. That just seems like such a missed opportunity.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Lautaro is maybe if I'm uncertain of Çalhanoğlu, maybe just keep Lautaro, I guess.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the thing. If I go Lautaro, then I'll have to move off of Josep Martinez, because
Yeah.
I don't want to make 2 free transfers for Lautaro next MD. That's just going to be a pain in the backside. Oh my god, this is such a torture. I can't go Musiala because he's out of my price range. I can go Olise. If I go Olise, I have a lot of money in the bank. Nah, bro, this is insanity. What?
I can tell him again. Okay.
My friend says, Çalhanoğlu club, get in, boys. The PS5 is waiting. Bro, I want the Champions League final tickets. That's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Ooh, how much do we trust? How much do I trust Sky Italia? Would I trust it with my life? Okay, who's Ricky Diana?
I mean, did he do seem?
Sorry,
I have no idea. Okay.
nah. Oh, who's
I mean,
Simone?
Sky Italia do.
Sorry, Mo. Please go
Sky
ahead.
Italia do seem to get the. Yeah, sorry. Sky Italia do seem to get the lineups pretty spot on, to be honest. When I've seen
Yes,
them, but
yes. I probably should have kept an accurate track, like metrics of how many they've gotten right and wrong. That would have helped us out today.
yeah.
I think this is the most uncertain I've been in a long time. Whew.
Yeah. And if only Hakan just didn't get injured versus Napoli, we wouldn't be having this conversation at all. We'd just be there.
But here's the flip side. His ownership would be much higher.
That is also that. Yeah, that is a good point as well.
So there's you gain some, you lose some. So we've gained we've lost certainty, but we've gained opportunity to gain points.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to be back in a minute more. Please, can you see the chat, by the way? If someone.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see
Okay.
it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, take your time. No worries. Fran is asking, do you actually think Timber is named for both? I mean, I think like Timber has played very well. Like, could White be back for? Could White start? I think Timber is pretty safe for the first leg. I would say that because White's fitness is just not up to par. I think he's played like 10 minutes combined in the last 2 Arsenal games. I think he's played like 10 minutes combined. So for the first leg, I'm pretty confident Timber starts. Second, I guess there could be more risk. I still think Timber sucks. Like Timber has had a very good season for Arsenal. I think like he's been one of the he's been a very decent player for them. I can't see them benching Timber for what without his full fitness. I think so. Yeah. Spence saying, do you think Chesney will start? I think Chesney is pretty it's just pretty safe to start. I think Chesney is pretty safe to start.
Yeah.
I think there's this entire thing with. Oh yeah, okay. Welcome back. I was just answering Spence. He said he was asking, do you think Chesney will start? I think he's just the first choice goalie for a while. Gautam, sorry for butchering the name, is asking what's the logic behind choosing Ulisse. I just think he's one of the better options on MD. And he's also, like, he's cheap. He's only 6.8 million, I think it is. Where some like Ulisse is 9 million, Dembele is 8.5, and stuff like that. So I think he is one of the better options. I can't get Trossard because I have 4 Arsenal defenders. I like Çalhanoğlu. We're speaking about Çalhanoğlu now. Like if I don't think Çalhanoğlu's minutes are there, I think then the next best option, in my opinion, is Ulisse. So yeah, that's why he's in my team at the moment.
That makes complete sense.
For the saying, this has turned into the Hakan fan club chat. Yeah, God. It has. It absolutely has. Yeah. Abhishek is asking what's your thoughts on Mbappe, Vini, and Guirassy from 3. I think it's great. But I think I would love to have Leva, to be honest. That's the only issue I see with that front line. Like just the absence of Leva. But other than that, I think it's good. Yeah.
What would make you sacrifice Lewandowski though? I just don't understand. Just because there's the fact that he's top on expected value, but even if not that, he has the highest expected goals on market odds on my model as well. I just find it very unlikely that you should sacrifice expected value from Lewandowski to gain it elsewhere, where it would not be as much of a gain, because I'm assuming this is budget related.
Yeah.
People are probably going with something like Vini and Mbappe, or I don't know what would cause that.
So I think I would just I would drop one of Vini and Mbappe, probably Vini, but I would drop one of them for Leva. But
yeah,
other than that, I think they are all good options. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, he's literally said that. My bad. He's literally said that. I just read that message. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm going to log this in for now. Ooh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared of not going with Lautaro.
Yeah. To be fair, let's say okay, yeah, let's say Hakan definitely starts, and let's say he plays like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, is Lautaro bad? Like, I mean, it's Feyenoord still, at the end of the day, it's still that's just yeah. I mean, in my case, I would be going double Inter. Do I really want to go double Inter?
See, that's the point, right? And the other thing I was thinking is, okay, I've not been a fan of Jude Bellingham from last season's Champions League Fantasy, but this is the one match day when I needed him, because I could have gone for Bellingham and then I would have had Lautaro up front.
Yeah.
Just so okay, I'm going to go for Lautaro, man. I can't do this to myself. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. It's about everything. It's about expected value. It's about ownership. It's about everything. It's just Feyenoord are just so bad. It's honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to crash out of the Champions League against Conte South Milan. Like they're only saved by Teo. So, yeah,
That's such a good point. Uh, yeah, Fran. Levy has zero, close to zero MOTM actually. That's fair. Gautam, I hope you saw the clean sheet odds. Are you seeing the clean sheet odds? Uh, Fran says, yeah, that's why I own him because he'll score a hat trick, McFred says. Jay says, any thoughts on Benson Maini? And Gautam says, will Benson Maini start for Dortmund? Yeah, he will. He's in the predicted lineup, so I don't see why not. And I don't think both of you, I think JH was there, but probably Gautam wasn't. But uh, Stotterbeck has more ball recoveries, but Benson Maini definitely has some a better attacking goal threat. So it's a coin toss, honestly. Yeah, no problem, Gautam. Okay, hear me out. How about I go Chalanolu and Martinez, and then instead of Josep Martinez, I go for Chesney. That is something that is tempting me.
yeah, you could definitely do that.
Bruh, Chesney for me is such a bad pick because that just means that my wildcard has no advantage in this round.
I guess I think owning both Lautaro and Çalhanoğlu is an advantage in itself. If Çalhanoğlu starts and plays good minutes, of course. But yeah,
Fair.
I guess you'll be losing Trossard, right, to fit in Çalhanoğlu.
Yeah.
I think having both Hakan and Lautaro in itself is an advantage, to be honest.
Fair. That's more than fair. Mel is saying, I can send you my team, Shadan, if you want the template. You can send me your team, like you do every match day. Where is it? Oh, he hasn't sent it yet. Okay.
FPL from RuneScape and from Gallagher.
Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, 8 minutes to deadline.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you have to decide on Hakan now. Yeah. God.
Okay, Hakan and goalkeeper, man. This goalkeeper situation is actually just such a pain. I wish Sommer had not been in the squad. That would have been so much better.
I think I would have. Yeah, it would have been very easy, to be fair. Like I think I would rather have Sommer and instead of Bastoni, we could just go Sommer and Schlotterbeck.
Yeah, makes sense. Neuer is third on expected value. My goodness, I can't go Neuer, man. I just can't. I've gone for him too many times already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, man, Chesney is such a bad pick, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if Raya doesn't do the business, I have zero faith in Chesney, to be honest. But he's just there to make up the numbers, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
What happened?
Sky has just shared the lineup without Çalhanoğlu. I will send it to you on Twitter. Give me a sec.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a good one. Oh. Yeah. Send it to me on Twitter. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wait, Aslani? Oh, okay. Fair. Okay. That's not a great lineup, to be honest, but. Okay, yeah, that puts me off then. That's yeah. So okay. Why is this Sky Italia saying they maybe changed it up?
I guess they hadn't.
So Sky Sports Calcio is still showing Sky Italia, or Calcio is still showing Çalhanoğlu. But okay, this is the latest because they have the Sky Italia. So yeah, I can't go there. Okay, so that's just gone. Let's go to midfielders because that's, I think, the last place I want to lock up now. I think everything else is fine. Well, maybe I need to go Trossard then because this is just the absolute mess.
Yeah. I guess at least we can now have some peace of mind on
Yeah. I think
I'm not
Lautaro is
going
now locked.
Hakan.
Yeah. I think Lautaro,
Yeah,
Girassi,
Lautaro.
Lewandowski. That's the front three. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good one, Mo.
agreed.
Thank you. Thanks, Mo. That's a good one.
Yeah, of course. Is your plan with Martinez, by the way, to sell him if Inter don't, if he doesn't start the second leg, to get
Yes. Yes.
Hakan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I think I'll just stick with Szczesny just in case, just in case I need to use the transfer sales where I guess
No, I think
I
Szczesny
think I'll probably
is
stick with
now
Szczesny.
locked for me. Unfortunately, even though he's such a ordinary pick for this matchup, because
Yeah,
this is going to be such a high scoring game.
I guess you could own Martinez since Hakan is out of this game, right?
Sorry.
You can keep Martinez since
Ooh.
Hakan is out of the first leg, right?
No, but I'll have to use 2 free transfers then. That's the problem.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you know
okay.
what? Nah, you're actually right. So I can actually go for Josep Martinez because if Lautaro does not start, then I don't need to worry about the fourth slot.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's only one midfielder slot left now. It's going to be, oh my god, this is so stressful.
Yeah,
This
okay,
is
there's
crazy.
4 minutes left, so we should also,
Oh
yeah,
goodness.
we should look.
Okay.
I think I'm fairly locked now, to be honest.
So, okay, Mo, last, Odegaard or Trossard?
That's very tough. To be honest, it just depends how likely Jorginho is to start. If Jorginho is starting, I would go Trossard, but if not, then it's tough. I think I'd still rather go Trossard, but it's very close, to be honest.
Yeah, it is very close, and I think I'm going Trossard.
Odegaard won't have corners as well, right? Since
Yeah, exactly.
no one is starting.
No one
So,
is starting, yeah.
yeah, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
1,
think I'll go Trossard.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 8. I need 7 and 8. 6 and 9. I need 7 and 8. Who can I? Who plays on March 4th? I think it's Mbappe. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go. So
Nah, I think I'm done. I can't make any more moves. Yeah. 3 minutes to go. Like
Yeah.
Mo said.
make sure everybody.
Yeah.
Make sure
Just lock
everyone's
in your
locked their
teams.
team in. And yeah, I'm still on the same team as well. For anybody wondering, so yeah, I think we're pretty much locked now. I guess. As you say, I cannot wait for the Luke de Jong dagger. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to hurt the most.
Yeah, for sure.
I almost did something stupid. I went for Yamal and then I realized instead of Trossard, and I realized Yamal plays tomorrow, so there's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy because I wanted Çalhanoğlu, and yeah, that's killed this killed the vibe. But yeah, this music is sort of matching my mood right now, which is weird.
Okay, George in the chat is saying if no Hakan, then Zelensky should be the next penalty taker. He took one when Lautaro was on the pitch for Juventus. But I guess Zelensky isn't in the predicted. Oh, okay, he actually is in the predicted lineup.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry, and I just noticed that. Okay.
No, but I'm still not worried. I'm still not worried. Like, so because market odds haven't moved based on Çalhanoğlu's availability, it means that they never had penalty share to Lautaro anyway. So that just makes more sense actually.
Okay, actually, yeah, good points. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Lautaro it is.
Yeah, Lautaro is locked, bro. I just can't go without him.
Lautaro. Yeah, I agree too. It's like even without pens, it's just fine or this final team. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 1 minute to the deadline.
1 minute to deadline. Let's do this. Okay. So this is my final team for anyone. I just hate it so much that I bottled. Not that I bottled Chalanoglu, but in fact Mo actually saved me. But
Yeah,
or he saved both of us. But
yeah,
just
yeah. I think deadline should be gone now.
yeah, it is probably. Let's refresh. Oh, wait, what? It's not gone yet. Nah, it's gone now.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, nice.
So that's it. That's the deadline, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed talking to people, but I don't think I enjoyed selecting players because that's so hard. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All the Hakan drama near the end as well was.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad you got me the news in the end, but I was also blissfully ignorant. So
Yeah,
I know, right? Fran is saying Mbappe capped lol because I can't back against my own team. I don't think not captaining Mbappe is backing against your own team. It's just not backing your team. You don't necessarily back against your team, but fair.
yeah.
Yeah. So use your three free transfers for MD12. Hopefully Mo can join me again next week. And yeah, I think that's about it. Unless Mo, you have some final thoughts.
Yeah, just good luck everybody. Hopefully you can cook. We can cook a decent game week, and yeah, just hopefully I'll see you later in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care, everyone, and have a good match day 11. Bye.